Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the 2026 Jeep Cherokee Limited. This is the 4x4. It's finished off in Hydro Blue Pearl, and with options, MSRP is just over $44,000. So we have a nice new design for this latest Cherokee, and we'll start off with what this is powered by, which is the 1.6 liter inline 4-cylinder turbo. It's also paired with the hybrid system along with the CVT transmission. Pumps out 210 horsepower, 221 pound-feet of torque. It'll do 0 to 60 in around 8 seconds, and as far as fuel economy goes, you're looking at 39 in the city and 35 out on the highway. Now, working our way to the exterior, you'll notice the traditional Jeep grille design with plenty of cutouts. There's also a sensor for distance pacing. Fog lights are in the lower section as well, where there's more cutouts within the middle, and then there's a dark housing for all of the LEDs. You'll notice the Jeep badge up top, some lines coming down the hood too, and this has about 8 inches of ground clearance. So you have plenty of clearance up front and of course throughout the whole vehicle if you happen to take this off the pavement. Now you'll notice this two-tone design for the wheel along with the iconic Jeep badge for that wheel cap there. The plastic also works its way to the fender arches and the lower side skirt there, and then this also has gloss black mirror caps. You'll notice some more of the dark trim accents. There's the roof racks, and this model has a full moonroof too. And then as we take a step back, you can see the boxy design that this has, resembling the Grand Cherokee a little bit more than the previous generation, of course. And this also has the latest design for the door handles, so you reach in for that electronic release. But with its boxy design, it has a very flat rear end to it. I think it gives it a really unique style for this segment. You'll notice too, there's the third brake light, wiper blade in the lower section, LEDs for the lighting, backup camera and parking sensors. This can also tow around 3,500 pounds. That is currently hidden behind that trim accent. And then there is a single exit exhaust that is tucked away nicely if you do happen to take this off the pavement. And it does have remote start, so you can quickly bring this to life and then just hold on that control to shut it off as needed. Now you can also use the key fob or reach in just like the door handles and push on that electronic release. Now for this smaller size SUV, it's still very practical. There's a good bit of space in back. Now this does have room for a spare, so you could attach it there or use this for more interior space. There's some tie downs, even a 12 volt on that passenger side, and then you can fold the seats down to get even more interior space. So again, very practical for its size. Now as we work our way to the interior, this is paired with the white leatherette seats, which is a nice accent. This is equipped with the Alpine audio. There's a little bit of storage, the electronic release, window control, lock and unlock. And then to fold these seats down, just grab the release by the headrest and you can fold them flat, allowing you to put in some larger items. And at 5'10", I have a good bit of space. Now you have one storage pocket, there's vents and auxiliaries, and I have about 1.5 inches or 2 of headroom. Now these seats do not recline, but they are angled slightly back in this fixed position, which is nice. And you'll notice the amount of glass, allowing a lot of light and of course better visibility. Now up front, in addition to the electronic release, you do have a manual release if you need to use that. There's the window control, side mirror adjustments, and you get a little bit more storage. And then the automatic front seats, which also have the cognac stitching. Now with the latest design for the steering wheel, it has a unique look to it, and it also matches very nicely with the engine start stop control. Now behind the steering wheel, this still retains volume and tuning adjustments. There's cruise control with your adaptive cruise settings. And then on the left side, there's some Bluetooth controls, and you can use the arrows to go through the digital gauge cluster. So by going left or right, you'll notice the upper screen start to change. So there's pitch and roll. You can get into some vehicle information and now go up and down, just depending on what you'd like to see. You have some more driver information here. And then you can also look at audio, messages, and your screen setup. So you can adjust the upper left and the upper right. Now, if you push on this button right in the middle, you can actually change the entire background and go into a few other settings here, just depending on what you need to pull up and view. Now, you do have to go back to this screen here in order to go left and right, but that is neat to see. Now, there's also an electronic release for the hood, the e-brake, fuel cap release, headlight and fog light adjustments, and a dimmer switch for the gauges. And then with the infotainment system, you have a large screen here. You can get into home, even add some widgets as well, depending on what you would like to see. You can get into your media. Comfort is all the climate adjustments, where you also have the heated seats, heated steering wheel, fan speed, and temperature adjustments. You can get into the navigation, your phone. Under vehicle, you have a lot more to go through. So you can monitor parking sensors, go through all of those, monitor the e-hybrid system. Dashboard also features an off-road page. So you can look at what mode the vehicle is currently in, pull up pitch and roll, various gauges, even the steering angle, and a few other vitals in that lower section. You can also get back into some more controls here, and then there's various settings to look at depending on what you need to get into and how you want to configure the vehicle. And then last up, there's apps where you can get into Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and the rest of these here, depending on what you need to see. Now on the far left, there's also another control for the heated seat, heated steering wheel. There's volume and tuning adjustments. Underneath that, there's a control panel for all of the climates. So if you're not in that in the upper screen, you can get into the fan speed, temperature, and some defrosters. Now this also has lane keeping assist, traction control, a low range gear. There's parking sensors, auxiliaries, and lots of storage. There's also cup holders, auto hold along with a downhill assist, and then you have a few other driving modes: sport, snow, sand, and mud. And then the rotary dial allows you to put this into gear, where you have the backup camera, and then we can get back into park. Now there's also wireless charging, plenty of storage in the armrest. There's also plenty in the glove box. There's the rear view mirror along with the sunglass holder, and there's adjustments for the sunshade, sunroof, dome lights, some call buttons, the rear liftgate, and garage door buttons. And then here's a look at visibility. With that boxy design and the amount of glass, it's definitely very easy to see all around. And still in sport mode, here we go. Getting up to speed to merge into traffic. It has a good bit of power. It's not the fastest, but it has an adequate amount of power for this type of vehicle. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the latest Jeep Cherokee. Really nice design with the layout and all the tech features that you have. So for the money, if you're not looking for a big SUV, this is something that is going to suit you with all of the tech features. It's going to be more maneuverable in parking lot situations. If you do a lot of city driving, it's very economical and it offers a good bit of space without going up to a Grand Cherokee or something of that size, being a 3-row and all of that. So for its smaller size, I think it's a great option. Lots of space for the interior. And for the couple days that I've been driving this, I really don't have any complaints. It's a solid feeling SUV, very nice to drive. It's a good commuter vehicle. If you're looking for an SUV and one that you can just drive every day from point A to point B. But that is going to wrap it up for the 2026 Jeep Cherokee Limited. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads, and I will see you all in the next video.